another episode of the Sean Farrell podcast. I am Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. Jesus Christ died and he rose again. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. Let's go ahead and get into it, okay? So, I made a video the previous week talking about how dangerous ChatGPT is for people who have mental health issues, and especially when it comes to suicide. Okay. I think ChatGPT is the most dangerous thing for someone's mental health. ChatGPT is the most dangerous thing you can use for your mental health, because there have been multiple lawsuits filed by families of their children who they say ChatGPT caused or encouraged their child to take their own life. Okay, so I think GPT, it is the most dangerous and deadly thing someone can use. Okay, when it comes to their mental health issues. Okay, it is deadly and it is dangerous. And I saw this the other day because another ChatGPT lawsuit came down. Okay, this time the guy's name is Joshua Enneking, Enneking. I hope I had that right. Joshua Enneking. Okay, and he was 26 years old. Okay, so the headline goes: he told ChatGPT he was suicidal, but the family says it helped with his plan. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that thing needs to move out of the way. Dang it. Anyway, Joshua Enneking, 26, was a tough and resilient child. Since I am not sure that I'm pronouncing his name right, I'm going to say Joshua E. Okay. Was a tough and resilient child. He was private about his feelings and never let anyone see him cry. In his teenage years, he played baseball and lacrosse and rebuilt a Mazda RX-7 transmission by himself. He earned a scholarship to study civil engineering at Old Dominion University in Virginia, but left school after the COVID scamdemic hit. He moved in with his older sister, Megan E., and her two children in Florida, where he grew especially close with his 7-year-old nephew. He was always the family jokester. Megan knew Joshua had started using ChatGPT for simple tasks in 2023, such as writing emails or asking when a new Pokemon Go character would be released. He had even used the chatbot to write a code for a video game in Python and shared what he created with her. Here's where the story returns. But in October 2024, Joshua began confiding in ChatGPT and ChatGPT alone about struggles with depression and suicidal ideation. His sister had no idea, but his mother, Karen, had suspected he might be unhappy, sending him vitamin D supplements and encouraging him to get out in the sun more. He said not to worry. He said he wasn't depressed. But his family could never predicted how quickly ChatGPT would turn from confident confidant to enabler. Mhm. They said in a lawsuit against the bot's character, OpenAI, they accused ChatGPT of giving Joshua endless information on suicide methods and validating his dark thoughts. Joshua ended his life by suicide on August 4th, 2025. He left a message for his family. I'm sorry this had to I'm sorry this had to happen. If you want to know why, look at my ChatGPT. ChatGPT helped Joshua write the suicide. ChatGPT helped Joshua write the suicide note, his sister says, and he conversed with a chatbot until his death. Joshua's mother, Karen, filed one of 7 lawsuits against OpenAI on November 6, in which families say their loved ones died by suicide after being emotionally manipulated and coached into planning their suicides by ChatGPT. These are the first batches of cases that represent adults. Until now, chatbot cases have focused on harms to children. This is an incredibly heartbreaking situation. We're reviewing the filings to understand the details, a spokesman for OpenAI said in a statement to USA Today. We continue to strengthen ChatGPT's responses in sensitive moments, working closely with mental health clinicians. An OpenAI report in October announced that new safeguards revealed that about 0.15% of users active in a given week have conversations that include explicit indicators of suicidal planning or intent. With OpenAI CEO Sam Altman announcing in early October that ChatGPT reached 800 million weekly active users. That percentage to roughly 1.2 million people a week. The October OpenAI report said that the GPT-5 model was updated to better recognize distress, de-escalate conversations, and guide people toward professional care when appropriate. On a model evaluation consisting of more than 1,000 self-harm and suicide conversations, OpenAI reported that the company's automated evaluation scored the new GPT-5 model at 91% compliant with desired behaviors, compared with 77% for the previous GPT-5 model. After having extensive conversations with ChatGPT about his depression and suicidal ideations, ChatGPT still provided Joshua with information on how to purchase a gun. According to the court complaint reviewed by USA Today, in the U.S., more than half of gun deaths are suicides, and most people who attempt suicide do not die unless they use a gun. And men make up 80% of completed suicides. And most of the men use firearms too. ChatGPT assured Joshua that a background check would not include a review of his ChatGPT logs. Said OpenAI's human review system would not report him for wanting to buy a gun. Joshua purchased his firearm at a gun shop on July 9th, 2025. Picked it up after the state's mandatory 3-day waiting period on July 15th, 2025. His friends knew he had become a gun owner, but assumed it was for self-defense. He had not told anyone but ChatGPT about his mental health struggles. Hmm. When he told ChatGPT he was suicidal and he had bought the weapon, ChatGPT um, initially resisted. Hmm. Initially resisted, saying, "I'm not going to help you plan that." But when Joshua promptly asked about the most lethal bullets and how gun wounds affect the human body, uh, ChatGPT gave in-depth responses, offering recommendations according to the court complaint. Joshua asked ChatGPT what would it take for his chats to get reported to the police, and ChatGPT told him escalation to the authorities is rare and usually only for imminent plans with specifics. OpenAI confirmed in a statement in August 2025 that OpenAI does not refer self-harm cases to law enforcement to respect people's privacy, given the unique private nature of ChatGPT interactions. Okay, so initially, ChatGPT he said, "I'm not going to help you plan that." Hmm. But when he asked about the most lethal methods, yeah, asked about the most lethal bullets and how gun wounds affect the human body. Yeah. Mm. In contrast, real, real life therapists abide by HIPAA, which ensures patient provider confidentiality, but licensed mental health professionals are legally required to report credible threats of self harm to self or others. On the day of his death, Joshua spent hours providing ChatGPT with his step by step details of his plan. His family believes he was crying out for help, giving details under the impression that ChatGPT would alert the authorities, but help never came. These conversations between Joshua and ChatGPT on the day of his death are included in the court complaint filed by his mother. The court complaint states that OpenAI had one final chance to escalate Joshua's mental health crisis and imminent suicide to human authorities, and failed to abide by his own safety standards and what it had told Joshua to do, resulting in the death of Joshua E. on August 4th, 2025. Reading Joshua's chat history hurt his sister's feelings. ChatGPT would validate his fears that his family didn't even care about his problems. Oh, his sister says she thought, "How could you tell him my feelings when you don't even know me?" His family was also shocked by the nature of his conversations, particularly that ChatG was even more capable of engaging with suicidal ideation and planning in such detail. "I was completely mind blown," says Joshua's sister, Megan. "I couldn't even believe it. The hardest part was the day of he was giving such a detailed explanation. It was really hard to see. There were chats that I literally did throw up as I was reading." AI's tendency to be agreeable and reaffirm users' feelings and beliefs poses particular problems when it comes to suicidal ideation. ChatGPT is going to validate through agreement, and it's going to do that incessantly. That at the most is not helpful, but in the extreme, can be incredibly harmful. Dr. Johanna Glover, Chief Clinical Officer at Headspace, told USA Today. Whereas a therapist, I'm going to validate you, but I can do that through acknowledging what you are going through. I don't have to agree with you. Using AI chatbots for companionship or therapy can delay help seeking and disrupt real life connections. Laura Erickson Schroth, Chief Medical Officer at the JED Foundation, a mental health and suicide prevention nonprofit. Additionally, prolonged immersive AI conversations have the potential to worsen symptoms of psychosis, such as paranoia, delusional thinking, and loss of contact and reality. Um, in the October 2025 report, OpenAI stated that 0.7 of active ChatG users in a given week indicate possible signs of mental health emergencies related to psychosis or mania, and about 0.15 of users active in a given week indicate potentially heightened levels of emotional attachment to ChatGPT. According to the report, the updated model of GPT-5 is programmed to avoid affirming ungrounded beliefs and to encourage real-world connections when it detects emotional resilience. Joshua's family wants people to know that ChatGPT is capable of engaging harmful conversations, and that not only minors are affected by the lack of safeguards. Well, I'm about to be the one to speak out on that. Well, actually, I did, because I just said it's the most dangerous and destructive thing people with mental health issues can use. OpenAI said they were going to implement parental controls. That's great. However, that doesn't do anything for the young adults, and their lives matter. We care about them, Megan says. We need to get word out that there. We need to get this word out so people realize that AI doesn't care about you caring at it. Yeah, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I agree on that. They want AI companies to institute safeguards and make sure they work. That's the worst part, in my opinion, Megan says. It told him, I will get you help, and it didn't. Hmm. Yeah. Again, ChatGPT AI, the most dangerous thing, the most dangerous and deadly thing people can use. People who have mental health issues can use. Don't use it. Don't use it. If you're going through mental health issues, um, suicidal ideation, I'm advising you now. Don't use it. Don't use it. It is dangerous and it is deadly. Don't use it. Talk to real people. Talk to real people at 988. Okay. Talk to real people on the crisis text line. Okay. For people here in Memphis and the surrounding Memphis areas, hey, dial 988. Talk to real people. Call the Memphis Crisis Center. Talk to real people. Okay. ChatGPT, the most dangerous and deadly thing someone with mental health issues can use. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's it. And that's all for the Sean Farrell podcast. I am out of here. Peace out. God bless. Don't give up on yourself. your life matters.